Well, hello, folks. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Not sure if we're streaming yet, but I think we are. And I know one of these days, I promise you, one of these days, I'm going to get this down. But right now, we're going to continue to press, and I think by Monday, as of course, Rooney has to lay right here. I mean, he's like right here. So Monday I should have two computers, so we'll be much better, in much better stead. We'll have this thing rocking and rolling. So I want to talk about Steeple Creeple. Really. Steeple Creeple. And I think you'll understand, as soon as a cat gets its head off the computer, I think you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Don't go away mad, Rooney. Just go away. I think you will know what I'm talking about as we get into this. Because as you look at a steeple, I mean, check this steeple out. What we got here is we got this big upright piece, right? Boom, it's a big upright piece. And then guess what's down here? It's called the belfry. Guess what's in the belfry? Bells. So without going too deep into the imagery, we got this big, some might say erect, structure going straight up with some bells at the base. Seems vaguely familiar. So we talked about bells just a few minutes ago and what bells mean, what bells do, what bells are for. And somebody was talking to me about Beelzebub, the main devil, Beelzebub. For Bell Livers, or bell levers. Are you a bell lever? Words mean things, folks. And I have a nice little, another one coming up here before too long about words meaning things, names meaning things that I have to thank Tamu for. And if you haven't seen the show with Tamu and Gina, check her out. It was very interesting. So, let's look at steeples. And I think you see why I'm talking about Steeple Creeple, but let's go ahead and get right into it. A steeple is a tall tower topped by a spire and incorporating a belfry. Very common on Christian churches and cathedrals. How about that? So we're talking about steeples. And I think most of you can see the phallic symbolism. Most of you can see the similarities towards obelisks, similarities towards other phallic symbols. And I mean, you got the phallic symbol and you got the, is it the bells or the balls? Did I say that? They're the ones putting them on all their churches, not me. I just ask the questions. Don't shoot the messenger. So let's, I don't know anything about this channel. From the name of it, I'm like, I don't know. But they got some good references here about steeples. So let's take a look. Steeples have been included in church buildings since Constantine made Christianity the official religion of Rome. Okay, we started this new religion, and we're going to go out and take everybody over, and we're going to put a big phallic symbol with some round bells on the bottom of it. Who's getting screwed, ladies and gentlemen? There's still in existence today remarkable specimens of original phallic symbols. Steeples on churches, obelisks, show the influence of the phallus worshipping ancestors, including ancient Israelite and Canaanite tribes. These tribes had rituals including the baking of long loaves of bread for blessing, which were in turn placed under poles representing the fertility and power of gods and goddesses. Eventually, the tall poles became focal points for community worship and were included in the earliest churches as Christianity swept through the region. In other words, as the Roman soldiers came and said, convert or die at the edge of the Roman sword, and they said, well, we don't want to die. Well, guess what? You can all do what you've been doing, but now we're going to call you Christians instead of pagans, and instead of this God being a god, it's going to be a patron saint. So carry on. So that's how it swept through the region. So that's why you have all these odd celebrations and rituals within Christianity, which claims to be against paganism, but is paganism. Same game, new name. And this is from Institutes of Ancient Worship, Harvard. Church steeples can be traced back through the years to Egypt and pagan worship. Egypt was indeed, from what we can tell, the origin of the focus, Jeff. The origin of the obelisk. How about that? Roman Emperor Constantine said in 313 CE made the church, the Christian church, the church of the entire empire. Obelisks that, oh man, paganism and Christianity could be practiced freely. The stage was set for the melding of ancient pagan architecture, widespread in Rome, in the form of obelisks, which they adopted from Egypt, and some of them they even brought from Egypt. Augustus, Antony, Cleopatra, here it is, in 30 BC, he actually brought the obelisk dedicated to Pharaoh's Ramses II, and Psammetichus from Hierapolis to Rome. He brought the actual literal phallic symbology itself, the symbols themselves, to Rome. The cult of Osiris. Did you look up the similarities between Osiris and Jesus? Jesus is Osiris. Same game, different name. The phallic symbol honors and celebrates the regeneration of the sun god. The obelisk was the first point sun rays hit. Pagans believed it symbolized the birth between earth and heaven. Ancient Rome, influenced by the obelisk. Fun fact. There's now more than twice as many obelisks standing in Rome as there are in Egypt. Of course, they stole a lot of them from Egypt, so that makes sense. Check this out. During the Middle Ages, steeples evolved into more than just ornamental expressions of pagan cultures. They also doubled as a place for church bells to go down on their base. Church bells calling everybody to come to church to do your human sacrifice, your cannibalistic, and while we're at it, since we're doing blood magic, we might as well work in a little sex magic too. Chicka chicka wow wow. Let's all come to church. Of course, you don't get to do any of the earmuffs. You don't get to do any of the screwing. You get to be the one that gets screwed. Until you graduate up into the hierarchy, then you get to take part in it. You get to be pitcher instead of catcher, I guess, to use a very base analogy, but at least it is clean. Mom, what does he mean by pitcher, catcher? Baseball, son. He's talking about baseball. Folks, the King James Bible talks about the Asherah groves, which were phallic symbol poles. And we're so much against Asherah and so much against paganism, and yet, all the churches, they got their phallic symbol, they got their bells right down here, calling you to worship. That brings a whole new meaning to sackcloth and ashes. Look, I don't make this stuff up. I just report the news. You know what I mean? I just report the news. They are sitting back and laughing at us. They are enjoying every second of it. They are enjoying every second of it. And we just keep, can I say, bending over for them? We just keep saying, thank you, sir, may I have another? You know, it's almost to the place now where we really can't blame Roman Catholicism anymore. We really can't blame Roman Protestantism anymore. We really can't blame the popes, the priests, the pastors, and let's not forget about Islam and Judaism. It's almost where we really can't blame those systems anymore, and we really can't blame the practitioners and the leaders of those systems, because for at least, what am I, I'm 54, started using the internet really big around 2000. That's 17 years ago, so 54, 44, 40, 37. Man, it's been a few years that we've had the internet, and we've had access to all the information. So, you know, the old saying, fool me once, shame on you. So there was a time where we could say, shame on these pastors, shame on these priests, shame on these preachers, shame on Roman Catholicism, shame on Roman Protestantism. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me every day, stupid I be. You can't help being ignorant. Well, you can if you've got the access to the information, but let's give you a pass. You can't help being ignorant, but you can help being stupid. The definition of stupid is seeing information and choosing to ignore it in favor of error that you know and has been proven demonstrably wrong. Erect steeples with bells at their base, nothing to see here, move along. Wow. I wish it was as easy to convince people they've been fooled as it was to fool people. It'd make my work a whole lot easier. Let's see what we got going on in the chat room. See if I can figure out how to figure out what we got going on in the chat room. Here it is. This is going to be good. Hey there, gosh, it works again. Hi, hello, bats in the belfry. Here's the church, here's the steeple. Open the door and see all the people. They're getting screwed. Here's the church, here's the steeple. Open the doors and see, whoops, like this. Here's the church, here's the steeple. Open the doors and see all the people getting screwed, eating, doing human sacrifice, doing, yeah. We are all on steeples. Steeples are terrifying with or without bells. Good, Chris. Doesn't look like man parts to me. Okay, do this. And look again. I'm not getting screwed. See, yeah, you might be celibate, but you are still getting screwed if you're going to church. I don't think you are. Do you know what the domes represent? I haven't been into that part yet. Domes are pregnant bellies. Makes sense. Dome of the Rock. Domes need birth control. Domes and obelisks at both the Capitol and the Vatican. Obelisk is supposed to be, yeah, we're there. You're a little quiet. I'm a little quiet. Don't hear that very often. I'm a little quiet. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out the deal with the sound and stuff, so I don't know if that helps any, but not sure. You know, I'm still trying to figure out this new systemology here, so. Does that help any? Breaker 19, any taker, any breaker? How am I coming through? Give me back. Hit me back. How am I? My wall-to-wall, treetop tall, come back. Way too much. You remember the old show, Big Wheels Are Rolling. Moving on. Anyway, what are those things called that covered the cervix back in the day? Looked like, what were those things called? Oh, come on, somebody help a brother out. Diaphragms, I believe they were called. I only have a minute, sadly, for another show tonight. Yeah, we'll have another show tonight. And remember, the sponge, the classic sponge-worthy show on Seinfeld. Jeff, turn up the volume. Did it help any? Oh, birth control, diaphragms. Yep, there we go. Can barely hear you. Yeah, I tried to do it. L Saturn, you're elected to the elite. It's a sun and sex religion. I got it, and I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, I hold the whole. I understand. I think I turned it up. They've made fools of us for years. They've been screwing us through the drive-thru. Lethal Weapon. They have. We just got to realize it and stop letting them do it. You know what the Jews are doing when they rock back and forth at that wall? Hey-oh! You know what? Yeah. Makes me want to watch Quasimodo again. Oh, by the way, new book out. Did you see that? That thing is selling. Boom. I wish I could say it's selling out, but it's an ebook, and that wouldn't be quite true. But bam. Thank you. It's a great book. I'm glad you're liking it. Got to hook you up to my speaker monitors to get some volume. I think it should have gone up. Let me know. The voice of the L through the bell. Oh, Dr. Illusion. Bam. Give that man a beer on me. If you drink beer. I don't know if you drink beer. Black for Saturn. Yep. Father Time, the Grim Reaper. Much better. Perfect. The weird thing about Steeples is I learned in the 80s there's something pornographic. Yeah. Diaphragm. Yeah. Diaphragm. Sponge. We got it. LOL topic. Are you asking what the topic is? The topic is erect steeples and bells at the base. Nothing to see here. I don't like that I was lied to either. The priest of Saturn, Lord of the Rings. That's why you wear your wedding ring. Not this guy. I figured out that might not be my institution. Oh, good Lord. This was funny. This was good stuff. I really like this. I really like this. This was instructive. This was helpful. And it just goes to show, man, we're getting screwed. I mean, literally. They're screwing us. They are literally screwing us. And not in a good way. You know, they're not screwing us. You know what they're doing? They're raping us. They're raping us. We're being raped. It's not just the Catholic priests and the poor young men. We're all getting raped by the Catholic Church. We're all getting raped by the Protestant Church. We're nothing but their hoes. And you know, think of this analogy. What happens when you've got a poor woman out of options, back to the wall, that has to resort to the life of prostitution to support herself or kids or whatever? So what does she do? Typically a pimp sends her out to do the sex, which, I mean, you could argue prostitute sex is all rape because they don't really want to be. Hate to bust your bubble, gentlemen. I use that term very loosely. But those prostitutes ain't having sex with you because they want to. It really is a form of rape. And then the pimp is sitting at home, chilling. And that song out there, It's Hard Out There for a Pimp. No, it's not. That's a lie. So you got the girl out there getting raped, and she got to come take her money and give it to the pimp. That's a pretty straight analogy between us going out, doing our work, getting screwed, prostituting our great basic purpose, prostituting our real life, prostituting what we're really supposed to be doing. Do you want to be at work doing what you're doing, or are you getting screwed by somebody just because they're paying you $10, $12, $15, $30 an hour, $50 a year, or $150 a year? Are you doing what you want? Are you fulfilling your basic purpose, or are you getting jammed good? And then you got to take your money and give it to the pimp in the pulpit. We ain't nothing but a bunch of hoes that been turned out on the street by our priest, pastor, pimps. And they put a great big old schlong on top of the church with the bing, 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 and laugh at us. There they are. They're breaking their money. Oh, man, I tell you what. I'm sick and tired of these rat bastards. I'm sick and tired of the rat bastard, wherever he is. And I'm sick and tired of these little rat bastards. And I tell you what, I am coming for you. I am coming for you. Exactly. See, oh, somebody read Serpents and Doves. Mary was put under paralysis. Her womb was seized as in an attack. And she was left with something in her womb from the rat bastard. You know what? That's right. And bitches, don't be coming with no tinkle. Come with some crinkle. Irma, that's a call back to a ways back. That was talking about the offering plate. That was Brother Jeff. Brother Jeff was talking about, oh, it was the one where the church, and it was a parody, put the church put the ushers on commission. So they would stand over people and kind of give them the evil eye and pass the plate 2 or 3 times. And it was the ushers that were saying, we don't want no crinkle, you know, no change. Or we don't want no tinkle, no change. We want all crinkle. And Irma remembers that. Awesome. You know what? It's time for hoes to unite. It's time for, I know it is getting a little dirty, Chris. I need to try to resurrect it, but we may have gone too far. It's time for hoes to unite. We need to start a new organization called Hoes United. And we're not gonna let them turn us out anymore. We're gonna find our basic purpose and quit prostituting ourselves, doing something else with people that we don't want to do it with or to. And we're gonna stop bringing them our money. And we're gonna stop being their, earmuffs kids, bitches. Because they are laughing at us. And let me tell you something. I don't know where Brother Jeff is. We got to find him. I know he's around here somewhere. I know he's around here somewhere because he left a cigar here. So I know he's somewhere. I'll find him and we'll get him back. They're laughing at us. And it's high time that we turn the tide on them. It is high time. I'm coming for you. Hell yeah. We're going to take them down to Chinatown. Can you really defeat the Lord? Yes, we can. Can you really defeat Christianity? Yes, we can. Can we really launch a super big, huge movement? Yes, we can. Every movement begins with one man or one woman too stupid to know they can't do it. Who's with me? Let's grab our pitchforks. Let's grab our torches. And let's march on the damn castle. I've had enough. I have had enough. I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore. Done. Finished. Over. I hate being made a fool of. I'm with you, Bellstar. Let's do it. I'm with you, Red Rocker. They had me for a long time. They stole 20 years of my life. No, they didn't steal 20 years of my life. They mind warped me, so I gave it to them willingly. Yeah, I got a little crinkle out of it. Wow. That's a great, great statement, Recovering Soul. It's weird that their symbolism is sexual, yet they push the no sex thing. And the reason why they push the no sex thing is because Jimmy Swaggart said this to me one time. He said, the best way to get people to do something is to make a rule against it. And Jimmy has his issues, but he was brilliant on a few issues. And I will say this for the man. No, he can't keep his drawers on, and that's an issue. But #1 selling gospel recording artist in history, never took a nickel from his own records, which he was fully able to do, put it all into his ministry. But anyway, he said to me, the best way to get people to do something is to make a rule against it. No sex. So what do you start thinking about? Sex. It's like, don't think about a white elephant. Oh, he can wear that piano out. Tamu, I love Jimmy, man. Loved that brother. Still got, man, tearing up a little bit. But, I mean, he blew it big time. And now he's so hate and blood. And, oh, man, he's all over the blood and the cross and all that stuff. So, anyway, where was I? Totally forgot. Thanks, Tamu. I really appreciate that. Get me completely off track. Oh, make a rule. Like, I was like, don't think about a white elephant. What do you think about right now? Yep. And I've had people, you know what? Oh, but Jeff, thank you, Bellstar, for bringing this up. Oh, but Jeff, how could the church be wrong when Billy Graham is such a wonderful, powerful, and just a holy man? Well, yeah, I just heard the other day about a guy that helped Billy Graham raise millions and millions of dollars, and he was talking to Billy Graham about the system and how it helps people's souls, and wonderful Billy Graham said, oh, hey, hold on. I don't care about that. I just care about the money. All I care about is what's in the plate at the end of the crusade. Boom! Sorry, but that was your misconceptions being detonated. I better get off here before I get in real trouble. I didn't know he was a 33rd degree Mason. And just so you know, you can become a 32nd degree Mason in like 6 months if you really work hard at it. So that doesn't necessarily, and 33rd just means he went from like the Blue Lodge into, you know, the Shriners or the Night, what's that one called? Scottish Rite. So that's not quite as impressive as it sounds. But it is kind of scary, so we like to throw it around. And I'm not accusing you, I'm just saying that's, you know, that's the way it is. Come on, folks, we're only getting 7 messages per minute. We can step that up. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. The Mormon religion, you know, probably is a sex religion, but all of these religions are sex religions. We're seeing that. He got George Bush saved on a beach. Yeah, but he was probably drunk. Anyway. So there you are. Steeples, bows. Not only are they screwing us, but they're trumpeting the fact that they're screwing us. Am I the only one that gets mad at that? Oh, I know what I was going to say. We're growing leaps and bounds. We've doubled in the last couple months. And it's because of y'all. Thank you. Thank you very much. I was very tempted to do the Elvis voice, but I did not. And we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep growing. And I want you to keep subscribing, and I want you to make sure that you do subscribe and that you are still subscribed every time you come to the show here, to the channel. And I want you to continue to consider liking and sharing. And I'm going to make that video, you know, kind of the Jeff Light. So you can share it with people. It won't have any rat bastards in it. It won't have any balls in it. It won't have anything but bitches or hoes. We won't be on a boat. We'll make it, you know, about the New Testament be completely out of order, and that should really make some people's heads be messed up and get them in a good way where they start thinking and questioning things. So I'm going to do that. And keep giving me your suggestions. And thank you, Vestel. Thank you to all of you. There was a pastor in OKC used to come out on stage strutting to the 2000 on dun 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 boom 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 ba ba da ba da ba da ba 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 ba. Like it very much. Yeah, I know it. Crazy. Oslo Zerach Svernthuther or something like that. But anyway, continue to think about supporting financially if you can and if you want to, because we're rocking this thing, man, and we're making it go and we're making it grow. Thanks to all of you. We appreciate you. By we, I mean me and Rooney, wherever he went. I appreciate you. And I'm doing all I can do. I can't sleep less than 19. I can't work less than 19 hours a day, but I think we're doing pretty good. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it rolling. And it's only because of you. It's only for you. And we are just getting started. And what have you thought, Marsden? I'm sorry. My dyslexia is kicking up on me. Marsden Brooks said, I spent the past few days going through your library. I hope you like it, Marsden. I appreciate your attention. I'm going to be in Nashville on the 20th or 21st, whenever that eclipse is. Jim Palmer. I'm on tilt. Does that mean you're not sure, Marsden? Or does that mean your mind's kind of blown like you're on tilt like a pinball machine? You can tell how old I am. Marsden probably didn't even know what a pinball machine is. He looks like a young man. Oh, but anyway. Thank you, folks. So, yeah. Any other quick questions before we pop out of here? Alrighty then. Big hug to you as well, Liz. And we'll be back. I got one more barn burner to put on tonight, and maybe even more. We'll see what we got coming up. Oh, 55. Okay, you know about pinball then, don't you? Yes, we are going to live stream the eclipse. Absolutely. So anyway, folks, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. I really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate it. Somebody has to throw in Flat Earth. Okay, Scuba, we got you, brother, sister, whatever. I can't really see it. So anyway, we will be back tonight for at least one more time, probably more than that. And again, I really do appreciate you. So think about it. Steeples, bells, they're screwing us. They're calling us, come back, bitches, bring your money. Yeah. Move along. Nothing to see here. Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. A pleasure to be with you. Unindoctrinate yourself. Unwind your mind. Be your own guru. Guide your own spirit. And until next time, adios.